Opinions expressed on this radio program do not necessarily reflect the views of this radio station.
My friends and I always tune into the Todd Levitt Law Show. Todd is entertaining, informative, and always delivers the goods.
Todd might not tell you what you want to hear, but he's going to tell you what you need to hear. And all you got to do is listen.
Hold on, Todd. Don't let go. It's time for the Todd L. Levitt Law Show.
I got a picture of a photograph of a wedding in a shell. It's just a burning ancient memory. I never kiss and tell. So take it up and write it. There's a hole in your head. There's a hole in your head. When the birds can't sing along. Does anybody know how the story really goes? How the story really goes? We all just hum along. Say your song, sign an autograph. It's a crash, crash. I wanna cry, but I gotta laugh. Orange Crush, mama, is in a
Welcome to the Todd L. Levitt Law Show. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I'm yours truly, attorney Todd L. Levitt, broadcasting and podcasting in a deer blind in the middle of the mitten in a beautiful, stormy, white, icy, nutrient field, if that is possible, folks, in the Black Diamond Group mothership, third rock from the sun, spinning around and spinning around in outer space. Cannot feel it due to the atmospheric conditions, folks, at this time with my good friend, Big Bang Baby, Craig Russell, the muscle, the hustle. Don't call him Mando. And yes, STP, Stone Temple Pilots, did write the song Big Bang Baby after Craig Russell, the muscle, the hustle, America's favorite nug, the dankiest, gassiest human I know. The water is wet, the sky is blue. Craig, you are also in a deer blind. And how are you? Yeah. Well, good night, everybody. That's the show.
The show's over, everybody.
The show is.
That's it.
Big Bang Baby.
Big Bang Baby.
That's my new nickname that Mike Nichols, the Nick, and I have for you. Big Bang Baby.
Big Bang Baby. Well, I guess it's better than Alone by Adele or whatever that song is. Adele.
Hello. It was
or
Hello.
Or what is it? Like a Virgin from Madonna that you thought she wrote about.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be Big Bang Baby.
That's your new nickname, Big Bang Baby, the new strain of the millennia, otherwise known as AKA Craig Russell, the muscle, the hustle.
I am fan-flippin-tastic. How are you, Todd?
You know, I'm doing well and just freaking fantastic. I love STP, Stone Temple Pilots.
I know you do.
Came across Big Bang Baby. I just like saying that over and over and over.
And you're going to.
And it just destroys my noggin on a daily basis. I've been destroying it all week as I'm going to and from and during court, getting fired up. That's what I do before I go to court. This is a true story. I listen to, music, just like anybody would listen to music before a sporting event or some kind of competition.
Sure.
I listen to Big Bang Baby all
Bang
week.
Baby. Now, look, I know you wanted to play Big Bang Baby, but what did you really want to open the show up with?
Well, I'm thinking some of the listeners out there are literally sitting in a deer blind listening to the show. And if
like we are,
exactly.
Yeah.
We are. Yeah,
scaring the deer away.
Yeah, scaring the deer away. Come on, Craig. No, we hope everybody had a great opening day last week in the state of Michigan, which was Wednesday.
Yes.
Lots of great reports of all types of different what, Craig?
It was Tuesday was opening day.
Tuesday, that's right, too. Sorry, I got my dates wrong.
That's right. Tuesday was opening day. Everybody, lots of great, lot of deer. I've got a lot of friends in their deer blinds in the northern part of the state who are, up there. It's a holiday. Kids have the day off of school. The businesses are closed. It's a big deal. Hunting in Michigan is a big
15th.
deal. Yeah, the 15th.
Every year.
A big deal. So what did you really want to play in honor of them?
Uncle Ted. Well, who else would I want to play? And this goes out to everyone out there, first-time hunters, people who've been going for generations, families, all the men and women at the camps out there. Without further ado.
Oh, Fred Bear.
There I was, back in the wild again. And I felt right at home, where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again. Just like it happened so many times before. Yeah. The spirit of the woods is like an old good friend. Makes me feel warm and good inside. And I knew his name, and it was good to see him again. 'Cause in the wind he's still alive. Oh, Fred Bear, walk with me down the trails again. Take me back where I belong. Oh, Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I'll join you in the big hunt before too long.
You know, Uncle Tedley, he knows about the hunting and the spirit of the wild and all that stuff. He's a big hunter. You've seen all the stuff that he's some of those shows he's done where he's done videos where I know he had a place in Jackson before and he would hunt on that land, and he's a big hunting advocate.
I love Ted Nugent. Fred Bear, wasn't he from Grayling, Michigan?
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
I
believe is a real Fred Bear. Yes.
Yeah, from Grayling. I don't know if he was born and raised in Grayling, Michigan, where Todd Wakely, big shout out to my good buddy Todd Wakely and the Wakely family up there. But I believe there's a pizza place in downtown Grayling and a great diner right there with all these Coke memorabilia. But in a pizza place, they have the whole story. It used to be called Fred Bear Pizza, I think. I think they changed the name.
I'm trying to remember.
There was a whole story on how he started the bows and the arrows and the whole design of it. And then I think at one point, Fred moved to Florida. I could be completely wrong, and everybody out there listening going, where does this guy get his information? Anywho, listen.
He's making it up. He's making it up.
We got a huge show, and we opened up with Big Bang Baby, and that goes out to my good friend, Vinnie Brooks. So okay. Lisa and Vinnie Brooks, much love and respect to Vinnie. I know he's listening. And as I walk upon, planet Earth, I have just great memories of my dear friend, Vinnie Brooks. And he's just a great person, a great father, a great husband, a great friend. I've known him for a long time. And I just want to say hello to Vinnie. Much love to you, buddy. Keep fighting. Keep fighting.
That's awesome. And I have to say hello to a couple of people, too, including Granny and Brandy, who are from Bentley with Kevin and all those guys who bet on you at the Iceman. Brandy was so moved by my story of getting in my car accident. She won the bet. She was the winner of the pool of when you would finish the race, and she donated half her winnings to me, which I thought that was very nice of her. And love those guys. All those guys in Bentley are just the best.
Yeah, I mean, Brandy, Granny, Kevin, Leo, Raymond, Doris, Ma Bell, believe it or not the phone company, but Ma Bell.
All those guys are.
Got Billy, Larry, Sandy, and there's so many more out there. You and I will be mud bogging with them in the spring. So stay tuned, everybody out there in Bentley, Michigan. That was so kind of them. But Brandy
very much so.
was kind enough, and Kevin and Granny and everyone to.
We appreciate
absolutely.
And we appreciate it, not only those guys, but everybody else who listens. You and I have met a lot of great people over the years doing this show, whether it's been at gas stations, whether it's been at station events, whether it's been just wherever. We have met so many people who this show, not only people just like listening to it, but have also, we've touched them. And it's really been an honor to be a part of this show. It's not like it's ending or anything. I'm just saying it has been not only my honor and privilege, but it's been my pleasure to be a part of this show for you, which I think is now going on 5 or 6 years now. Is that right?
Yeah, at least 5 or 6 years.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people listen to the show. Mike Trent, big shout out to everybody at Spicer's in Houghton Lake, right down the road from the mothership right here. Mike Trent, great guy, runs Spicer's over there right here in Houghton Lake, Michigan.
Just down the road.
Right down the road. And Nick Terry If you're looking for a sled or side-by-sides or just equipment or any information, parts, accessories, please be sure to go to Spicer's and ask for Nick Terry. No one better, no one more informative. He helped me out. I'll be sledding all winter. More updates on that later on down the road. But big shout out to Nick Terry and his family. Happy Thanksgiving, and which is coming up. Mike Trent. What can we say about Mike Trent? What a great guy. And we're supposed to say I had a Greenie up there. We forgot Mike Nichols wants to give a big shout out to Greenie.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a Marine.
Got
But
it.
no, Mike Trent, Nick, do such a great job, Spicers. But Craig, huge show. We got the strain of the week. Little John's coming on the show. And a whole lot more to get to. And we're going to actually talk some law today, believe it or not.
Get out of here, law.
Yeah, I am an
What?
attorney, so we're going to talk law.
Okay, if we have to. Then we should.
Big Bang Baby, that's your nickname,
Big
baby.
Bang Baby. There we go.
Big Bang Baby bobblehead, a.k.a. Craig Russell, the muscle, the hustle. Big Bang Baby.
We got to take a break on the Todd 11 Law Show, but we will be back to talk some law with Todd coming up.
I got a picture of a photograph of a wedding in a shell. It's just a burning, it's a memory. I never kiss and tell. So take it up and down and there's a hole in your head, there's a hole in your head. When the birds can't sing along. Does anybody know how the story really goes? How the story really goes? So we all just hum along. Say your song, sign an autograph. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I wanna cry, but I gotta laugh. Orange Crush, mama, is in
Welcome back to the Todd L. Levitt Law Show. We're going to talk law, folks. Coming back strongly.
outta here. Get
We're
outta
going-
here.
Absolutely.
Get out of here.
3 words, Big Bang Baby, otherwise known as Craig Russell, Big Bang Baby, strain of the week right there. No, we actually do have G Money coming on to talk about the strain of the week this show, and Little John's coming on the show.
Hey, I love Little John. Love Little John, especially around this time of year. Around the holidays, Little John is great. Hey, now I got to ask you a question. Did you call me from a foreign country this week?
Oh, that's
Were you not
Right.
in this country this week?
I left the country, folks. Good night, good
Where were
evening,
you?
and I was in Ontario, Canada,
Get
Northern
outta here.
Ontario. Yeah.
What were you doing in
I'm always-
Canada?
Well, I'm always in God's country.
Right.
And just getting ready for sled season, a.k.a. snowmobiling. Thanks to Spicers and Nick Terry and Mike Trent per last segment. So when I'm in a great state of Superior, the Michigan's Upper Peninsula, you can now, folks, cross the Canadian border without having to show proof of vaccination or testing or whatnot. You just
Kind
have
of like
to
back to normal, right?
Yeah. So a good friend of mine, Jan, his name is Jan,
Okay.
and Jan is just a dear, dear friend. Jan owns the #1, and it's been voted each year, the best bike shop in Sault Ste. Marie, I would say in Canada, period, but always voted #1 in Northern Ontario by Canadian Cyclists. It's called Velorution. Literally, folks, if you need anything, bike, ski, equipment, accessories, cross the bridge from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan into Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, or just shop online. The clothes, the gear, the snowshoes, outdoor sports, winter and ski. I mean, so Jan went there to see Joel and Jan and all the great folks over there at Velorution Bike Shop. Just check it out. It's exactly how it sounds. Velorution, Velorution, and it's .ca because it's in Canada. And they even make their own coffee and sell. It's called Road Rage. I'm telling you right now, you talk about the strain of the week. The strain of the week is Velorution's hand-roasted Road Rage coffee. I mean, it got my noggin just flipping upside down that I've been listening to Big Bang Baby all week. But big shout out to Velorution. I'll be back because I'm going to be buying all kinds of snow gear, snowshoes. I need some new sticks. But they do all kinds of stuff. So check them out online. Chris, that's what I was doing. I mean, I wasn't even giving them a plug. You just happened to bring it up. And so I just wanted to mention, you can order online. You can pick up at the store, cross the border. Just check out the website. They have financing, kids stuff, bike and ski service. Just the best in Canada, especially Ontario.
I learn something new every week on this show.
What's that?
I didn't know you were a big coffee drinker. I didn't think you were a big coffee person.
I'm not saying I am a big coffee person.
But you obviously, this coffee did it for you. The stuff that at Velorution.
You see my hair right now, Craig?
Yeah, I
You see
know.
this
That's
hair?
what I was concerned.
You see what's going on here,
yeah.
Craig?
No, I do see what's going on.
But it's right. It's so cool crossing into a different country, especially the
It
fact
is.
that we live in Michigan. There's other states, and North America, the northern end of our country that border Canada. But we have 3 crossings. We have Windsor. We have Sarnia, which is cross Port Huron, and then we have the Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan,
Is
right
that
across
is that
the Sault Ste. Marie
International
Ontario.
International bridge that goes across in.
Well, they're all
Sault Ste. Marie?
international bridges.
I know, but isn't the name of the bridge the International Bridge?
I don't
'Cause,
know what
it's
it's named.
The Blue Water Bridge is the one.
I did get
in
some
Port-
Cubana cigars though on the way back from my
Did you
cousin
really?
AZ.
Well,
yeah, that
yeah,
goes out to AZ, my cousin AZ.
You know, it's just that's one thing I found being in Canada is it's real similar to being in the United States, but it's just a little bit different.
I love
Just a
Canada,
little
eh?
bit. I do too, but it's just a little different.
Craig,
Just a little.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. So,
Okay.
because it is, deer season in
Yes.
Michigan and across other parts of the country,
That's true.
Michigan has a new mandatory harvest reporting app that has gone into effect.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
And so we have a question from a listener who says, Craig and Todd, what is mandatory harvest reporting and when does it take effect? And we'd like to answer that question.
It takes effect right now. It started with the start of. Didn't it start with the start of bow season?
It started, it has started. It's online harvest reporting. Other states do it. It's a new requirement of every successful deer hunter to report their deer harvest through the website or mobile app. And that started at the beginning of the year 2022.
Oh, okay.
And so the state says, and again, I'm not getting into the pros and cons of it. They feel the system will allow more real-time estimate of deer harvest as it occurs throughout Michigan, and so on and so forth.
And in a lot of other states, we're kind of behind in this, and Michigan is a big hunting state. I mean, this is, we've got over, what is it, I think 500,000 or 600,000 hunters in this state. That's
man,
a pretty
more
big,
than that.
pretty big
This
number.
is- yeah.
It's a big number. And we're behind because other states have been doing this for quite a while. Because not only is it a way they can also track if some deers have disease or any of that kind of stuff, or how many what kind of deer is being taken, et cetera, et cetera. There's just a lot of information that they can collect, and they've been doing this in other states for a long time, and we're now just starting to do it here.
Yeah, I mean, in the reporting, like I said, you can do it on a computer, mobile device. You enter your kill tag, license number, and date of birth to begin the report. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, obviously, everybody out there hunting more than likely has already downloaded the app or has to and is preparing to use the new system. But, you can also log on to, michigan.gov/DNR harvest report, and you can see all the information.
Yeah,
So you have to create an account.
Yeah, it's going to be helpful for them to be able to track where the migration is, and if there's any, like that wasting disease or anything like that. There's a lot of helpful things that tracking can do.
Yeah, and I would also add, do I still need to tag my deer? Well, yes, you must continue to attach, folks, and everybody knows this, the DNR issued kill tag to a harvested deer, and make sure it remains, with the head, if the head and body of the deer are separated. So, yeah, everyone out there, there's YouTube videos that are explanatory on that, and so on and so forth. And look, we've talked about this each year during this time period. It is a major, major penalty to take a deer and not tag it if you get caught, especially
That's a big
the
deal.
white tail per point. It could rack up mandatory jail time, folks. Not only is it mandatory jail time, but the fines and costs can total more than $5,000. It's unbelievable.
And even
just for not tagging a buck,
and even
a
a great
whitetail.
even a great attorney like Todd Levitt couldn't get you out of that stuff. So,
Oh, yes, I could.
Could you?
Well, I'm not. No. One, first, follow the laws, folks out there.
Yeah,
Craig.
yeah.
And the second, each and every season, I do represent a dozen amazing hunters, men and women, who unfortunately, don't follow the rules and procedures as required, end up posting things on Facebook or a neighbor turns them in. Somebody somewhere, either they're jealous or, and again, I'm not saying they're, don't go out and break the law, but these people get caught. They buy the tag afterwards. somebody's jealous, somebody reports it, a neighbor on social media, the DNR gets involved and you get that big misdemeanor ticket, have to appear in court.
Yep.
And the fines are incredible. I have yet to have a prosecutor who has not negotiated away the mandatory jail time and some of the other penalties so you can continue to hunt, because you lose your ability to hunt for a period of time or years. And the fines are ridiculous, and you don't get to keep anything. People say, "Oh man, I got caught. I had this 8-point, it was just beautiful. They took it." And no, you don't get that back.
You don't get that back. And plus, on top of it, here's another thing we should probably talk about. Hunter safety this time of year.
Absolutely.
I know everybody talks about it, but man, wear that orange. Make sure you know where you're hunting. Make sure you know where everybody is in your group. Make sure, that you can get into the blinds and just practice safe hunting. Make sure, guns are away from kids and locked up when you're not being used. Make sure the kids are using the firearm safely. I mean, there's just so many things. Yeah, we always hear at least a couple of times hunting season, a 53-year-old man from Gladwin got shot and was, seriously wounded because he wasn't wearing orange or because he was mistaken for a deer. That kind of stuff. You just don't want to hear about that. So,
and we do not, and we don't bike, us mountain bikers, fat bikers, because Michigan just had, across the country, big storm, Michigan especially. Yeah. We do not bike on state land during season.
No.
Heck no. We know better. Plus, as I said it year in and year out, we want to give all the hunters out there an opportunity to enjoy the season. Now, somebody in the studio just sent me, well, can you discuss what exactly will be asked to report? I just said it a few minutes ago. You got to report the unique kill tag license number that was attached to the deer, the hunter's date of birth, this is important, the exact harvest location, and the type of deer harvested. Was it a fawn, antlered doe, the number of antler points, if a buck, date of kill. Some hunters will be asked some additional information, management-related questions, such as what type of hunting device was used to take the deer. And most hunters should be able to complete this. I went through the process just to try to test it out. I didn't do the whole thing. I don't want to throw off the DNR and then get charged with filing a false report there. But it's about 3 minutes. It takes about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's nothing. Nothing compared to.
So be safe out there. Yep. Follow the laws. It doesn't matter what state you live in. This show's heard all over the country.
Yep.
There are different, fishing, hunting. There's all different types of outdoor activity.
Poaching.
Follow the regulations. Yep. Follow the regulations.
Do that. We should take a break on the Todd.
Come on, Craig. We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
Wait, we came back with Big Bang Baby, but
that's right.
We wanted to play Fred Bear, which we did at the first segment.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. We'll get to some of that law coming up in just a minute on the Todd Levitt Law Show.
I got a picture of a photograph of a wedding in a shell. It's just a burning itch of memory. I never kiss and tell. So take it out and write it. There's a hole in your head. There's a hole in your head. When the birds can't sing along. Does anybody know how the story really goes? How the story really goes? We all just hum along. Say your song, sign it on the ground. It's a crash, crash. I wanna cry, but I gotta laugh. Orange Crush, mama, is it
Welcome back to the Todd L. Levitt Law Show. As Todd would say, turning it and burning it with Big Bang Baby. It is kind of fun to say.
Big Bang Baby.
Big Bang Baby. Stone Temple Pilots. STP, the late Scott Whelan and STP there. We're just kind of our annual hunting show. We didn't really brand it as that, but that's kind of what it is. In the break, when we were off the air, I thought of a question. Todd, when you get done drinking that Road Rage coffee, I've got a question for you.
Okay, hold on. It's hot. Velorution's very own Road Rage coffee. It's this coffee. I don't know. It's legit. This is like, what else they have in here? It's unbelievable. Yeah. So what was your question? Sorry.
So if somebody is reporting to the DNR and the Harvest Report, what if they make a mistake or something? What do they do? So
it's common. And it's common. It may happen. You may have the wrong location or the wrong number of antler points, which I don't know how that would happen. But again, I mean, you can call the DNR licensing, customer service during normal business hours. I mean, it's typically Monday through Friday, I believe, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I call the DNR for all kinds of information to help out my clients at our practice there in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. So that's not a problem. If you make a mistake, just make sure you call, and and you'll be fine.
Speaking of Mount Pleasant, Michigan, boy, that Central Western game was a killer. The snowstorm and everything earlier this week.
I was supposed to be at that game. Jen and I were supposed to be at that game.
I'm glad you're probably glad you didn't go because man, there was a lot of snow coming down.
I was hanging out in GR with my godson Jack and Anthony and my cousin AZ and Rosanna. We were heading back on 131, hit a whiteout. Yeah, said we're not making it to that game.
No,
it's not happening.
And Central blew it too. So, but
at the last minute.
Yeah, that was rough.
Speaking of blowing it, maybe we should get our crack production team and get Little John on the show. Little John, exactly.
Little John, let's get
Little John has some Thanksgiving because next week, this upcoming week is Thanksgiving, folks. So happy Thanksgiving, and we got our crack production team here. Let's get the real. Are you the real Little John? I don't know the difference between you.
I'm brother from another mother.
Little John.
What's happening?
Hey, Little John, we love you. We're so looking forward to having you on this pre-Thanksgiving show. We're talking about hunting, Big Bang Baby by Stone Temple Pilots. That's Craig's new nickname, Little John, by the way, Big Bang Baby.
Big Bang Baby?
Big Bang Baby. Big Bang Baby.
Big Bang Baby.
You got it, Little John. So, Little John, have you gone out hunting this year? We played a little Ted Nugent, Fred Bear. We're talking about the new requirements that the DNR, at least in the state of Michigan, put forth. Did you have a chance to get out there and harvest this year?
Not yet. When the gun season opened, they all disappeared on me.
Okay. No. You weren't helping control the population yet?
No, not yet. I should have used my crossbow and got one.
Yeah. So what do you got going on for all the listeners out there? Any pre-Thanksgiving wishes? Anything? Any shout-outs? Any strains you want to talk about, Little John? Does Craig do a better imitation of you than you are actually yourself?
Wow, I don't know about that.
Okay, Craig.
Hey! That's my Little John right there.
Little John, he just did an impression of you, Little John.
Did he?
Yeah.
He does a good job.
Okay. So how you doing, Little John, these days? What's going on with Thanksgiving and you? I
don't really know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, and how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to do something. But I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
As my birthday was on Thursday there, the 17th.
Absolutely. So you're invited to my house this year, so I'm going to talk to you outside the show here and make arrangements to have you stop by the mothership and have some turkey and venison for Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, that'll be awesome.
And a new strain called Road Rage put out by Velorution. No, my buddy Jan, he's the most amazing human. He owns Velorution bike shop, outdoor, snow, recreation up in Ontario, Canada. And they also produce their own coffee called Road Rage. I bought some gear there last week. I was over in Canada, but this coffee is just unbelievable. I'm going to be passing it out for Christmas. It's a dark roast.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. So
kick butt, huh?
Oh, kicks big butt. So, Little John, any shout-outs, any strains? I mean, you could be the presenter for the strain of the show this week, pre-Thanksgiving. What do you got? Anything good?
Well, I'm liking the Purple Haze because it reminds me of the mescaline too. That was out back in the 90s, and that's 70s, I mean, back in my day.
Yeah, what were you, we don't want to accuse you or imply that you were doing anything illegal back in the 60s, but what type of strains were around back in the 60s?
Oh, we had some great Thai stick. We had some great Hawaiian. Oh, the lever. Oh, my God, I can't tell you some of the great stuff we had.
Do you feel that the strains are diluted with all the hybrids now? I mean, there's some great, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of any strain. I don't care if it's a hybrid, sativa, indica. You'll never hear me knock any type of flower, but what's your opinion? Right. You've been around for a minute. How do you feel about all those different hybrids?
I think they're kicking butt. What
I
do you
agree.
think, Zach? My grandson's here. Zach, what do you think on that? Hybrids.
I enjoy all types of flour, especially hybrids, actually. You know, you get a little bit best of both worlds, I'd say.
I agree, Zach. So what any shout outs? You can, give us a strain of the show pre-Thanksgiving. What's your favorite strain this week? What do you got going on there? What are you smoking and toking responsibly?
Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake. Okay, what's who are the parents of that? How do they make ice cream cake?
It's wedding cake, and I truthfully do not know the other half of the parenthood.
Okay, more indica, sativa.
Indica.
Okay, so it kind of chillaxed you, get off of work and just and relax and enjoy the evening.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect way to wind down before bed.
Perfect. You sound like you're enjoying it right now, Zach. I'm just saying, Craig. I'm just saying, Big Bang
That's
Baby.
what it sounds like. That's what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
see, these kids nowadays have never tried Acapulco or Hawaiian or Thai stick. And this is what we were getting back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And they would kick your butt. Jeez, I'll tell you, some of them would kick you right in the butt, man. But I mean, they do have good stuff out today. It's a lot more expensive. That's why, but I guess that's economy, because back then we'd pay $20 for an ounce. Now I think you pay a couple hundred almost for a good ounce of something.
Yeah, I mean, there's some great hybrids out there. Just, you're always going to hear negative and positive. Oh, there's too many hybrids. There's not enough pure this, pure that. But I'm with Zach. I think it's all great. It's all moving forward, ending reefer madness. I'm just disappointed, and we talked about this last week, Craig and Little John and Zach, that some of the states didn't pass recreational cannabis. It just still blows my mind that that's happening across this country. And I'm hoping now that things are changing in Washington that possibly parties can come together and remove at the different branches of government can all come together and remove cannabis from, the CSA, the Controlled Substance Act, and open it up.
So do I. I can't believe it did not pass.
And then,
states would turn it down or whatever.
I mean, the people are, claiming the economy isn't doing so hot, which it's not, and gas is high, which it is. There's a lot of people out there suffering. But one of the ways that the government can help is remove it from the Controlled Substance Act and watch all the jobs that will continue to keep opening up in the cannabis industry, and all the men and women in all the industries who are waiting for that to happen can start to provide services to the industry without fear that they're going to be prosecuted, Craig and Little John. So that's my way to help improve the economy right there.
Yep. There you go. See, you're saying it all.
I mean, I truly I believe that. I feel that way. And I've called my congressman. I implore everybody, call your elected officials. We just had elections. However you feel about the elections. But it doesn't matter what party they're from. They all work for us to begin with, or at least I'd like to think so.
Amen, brother. And I'll tell you one I've done it, 3 sermons that I've preached. I found it 4 different times in the Bible, marijuana. And you will be amazed how many elderly people that are church going and don't use it because it's not in the Bible. And I pointed out that it's in there 4 different times.
Love you, Little John, truly. So, hey, Craig, Little John is coming over to my house with Zach for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And bringing some Acapulco Gold. So my 84-year-old mother can enjoy a different strain than she's been enjoying for the last couple months. It's so cool watching your 84-year-old mother just, relax with some indica. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are.
Are you setting up your mom with Little John? Is that what you're
fun
doing?
to watch. I remember my mother always had one growing out in her front room, and she called it her flower.
Little John.
I could do anything. I couldn't.
I'd love to have Little John and my mother get married. I think my mom's a little bit older than Little John, but Little John, can I call you Dad? Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. Little John is my father.
right.
Little John. Hey, Little John, we got to hop off here. Big Bang Baby's playing the boards right there. That's Craig's new nickname, Big Bang Baby. But much love to you, to Zack, and your entire family for Thanksgiving. And thanks for everything you do, Little John. We appreciate you.
That's right.
Okay, well, I love you all, and be safe, and don't eat too much turkeys.
There
you
you
got
go.
it. Talk to you soon,
Yeah.
Little
Happy
John.
Thanksgiving, Little John.
Happy Thanksgiving, Little John.
Happy Thanksgiving, number 3, all yous.
Take care, Little John.
There we go.
Yep, bye-bye.
Hey, Little John in the house. Love
Yeah,
it,
and
Little
his
John.
grandson, Zack, who's just an
Yeah.
outstanding young man. By the way, I know we have to go to break here in a minute.
Yes.
Last week, a number of states, and listen to the show, including Michigan, got hit with a horrible storm.
Yeah.
Remember what happened to me on the way home last week when I was driving?
And you got run off the road, was it? Are
It was
you're okay,
first
right?
time in my entire life I'm driving 30 miles an hour on a backcountry road.
Snowing.
There's snowing, ice everywhere. There's this is about 5:15 or Isabella County. There's a truck coming south. I'm heading north, and all of a sudden, it's probably about half a football field away. The lights switch into my lane. The truck is now swerving. It wasn't an 18-wheeler. It was just a big pickup truck, big suspension. Started sliding right towards me.
Ooh.
I'm in a truck. What do you think I did?
You slid off the road.
No, I didn't. I turned off the road into a cornfield.
Okay.
So and there was no corn growing, of course, because it's winter. So I'm off in the cornfield trying to get my truck over the culvert. Could not do it. My buddy John from Green's Towing in Isabella County.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, John. Big shout out to Jeremy, a good friend of mine. Known him a long time, the owner. But John pulled me out. And yes, I did pay him. But John pulled me out. I said, John, you're the man. I mean, he was there literally within seconds because he was going up and down the road pulling people out. And he was just so cool. What a cool guy. Big shout out to John and his wife. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Nice.
You got me home safe. You took your time. Very professional. Green's Towing. Thank you very much. All the tow drivers out there. Listen, these tow truck drivers that work the storms, they don't get enough credit, period.
It's
Craig.
true. Yeah,
I mean, you had an incident yourself.
Yeah, no, exactly. Between the tow truck drivers and also
The first
plow
responders,
plow
law
drivers,
enforcement, the plow drivers,
plow drivers. Boy,
salting the roads, and
give them
and
plenty of room, man. Come
please,
on.
I mean, first responders, no doubt about it. But the tow truck drivers who assist and are there to help us, they have to leave their families, holidays, 24 hours a day. They're unbelievable. So, and same thing with the road crews, the county road crews, nothing but love and respect.
Yep.
Give them their due respect. Keep them safe. They want to go home to their families as well.
That's exactly it. We got to take a break on the Todd Eleven.
Come on,
Show.
Big Bang Baby. Craig, just say it one time for me.
Big Bang Baby. We'll be right back.
I got a picture of a photograph of a wedding in a shell. It's just a burning ancient memory. I never kiss and tell. So take it up and let it. There's a hole in your head. There's a hole in your head. When the birds can't sing along. Does anybody know how the story really goes? How the story really goes? Listen, we all just hum along. Say your song, standing on the ground. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I wanna cry, but I gotta laugh. Orange Crush, mama, this ain't
Welcome back to the Todd L. Levitt Law Show. Turning it and burning it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
This is the show before Thanksgiving, Craig, to everybody out there.
So I have to ask
Please
the
be
obligatory.
safe driving
Have
to and from.
Yes. Have to ask the obligatory. Are you thankful for anything, Todd, this year?
I'm thankful every day for you, Craig, and the opportunity to do this show and try to provide some information. And I, again, want to thank the vets for allowing me the opportunity to have these freedoms. So
Yes.
happy Thanksgiving to all the vets out there and their families and those currently serving and those who have served. And law enforcement. Big shout out to law enforcement who are first to respond. And a lot of law enforcement have to work and be away from their families, as do others, the firefighters, the EMS, the road crews, away from their families on Thanksgiving. So we wish everybody out there who look out for us happy Thanksgiving.
You know who I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for Stone Temple Pilots for recording Big Bang Baby. So you give me a new name.
Baby.
Big Bang Baby.
Look, I'm not making this up. All week long, I'll find a song. It'll be my song of the week that I listen to before I go to court, whatever I'm doing, because it just turns it and burns it and motivates me, and I'm ready to just go for it. That's all.
Hey, I got one more deer hunting question for you.
Okay.
On our deer hunting show. Are they still going to have the deer check stations?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, there'll still be check stations, have been there, obviously, a long time. And those stations have been important to understand, the age of the deer being harvested. But the important thing is, collecting disease samples, Craig, for BTB, chronic waste disease. They've been integral, definitely. And they will not go away completely. There definitely will be fewer of them. But I believe from talking to the DNR about these issues, they will primarily serve as disease sample submission sites for those diseases out there. Because, look, it's important. I mean, I thought I saw an article that, it said the headline was, do not eat any deer taking from this area of Michigan. I kind of just glanced over. I didn't really read it too much.
Okay. But, well, that answers that question. So you're getting ready for Thanksgiving? You guys got what's your big Thanksgiving plans? You got a big spread planned out? I know you have.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot. My new father, little John's coming over. My mom will be here. Lori and Izzy. Big shout out to Izzy. Lori and Izzy. You know my sister.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's awesome.
And her, and Izzy, who's like, Sparta. You ever see 300?
No.
The movie 300?
No, have not.
With the Greeks and Troy and
sure.
Spartans. That's Izzy, great guy. Gotcha. So hoping, no, how about you? What do you got going on?
Just going to be me and the kids, man. We're going to make a turkey breast and watch some football, and I'm sure my kids are going to complain because that's what kids do, and but there'll be stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy, and that's the best thing about when I make Thanksgiving dinner. I make all the foods that I like, and I don't make anything I don't like, so it works out pretty well.
Yeah, why have like cranberry sauce only on Thanksgiving? I love cranberries so much. I eat them year round. I don't like pumpkin. Why can't you only have pumpkin? That's my complaint. Why can't I have pumpkin spice year round? I mean, why do I got to wait for that? Only seasonal. That's just not fair. I'm just saying, Craig.
Well, you go ahead and bring that up. You go to a grocery store in May and ask for pumpkin and see what happens. I think it's because it only comes out. They don't grow it all year round. So I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, I think you're correct. In fact, you are correct. When I listen back to the show, I'm thinking, wow. Hey, by the way, my buddy Richie Ferguson. Okay. The Ferg.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's made it out west. He's in Vegas.
Nice.
Traveling all the national parks. He is currently in Vegas for Thanksgiving.
Sweet.
So happy Thanksgiving to the Ferg. All our friends in Canada are, Jan and everyone at Velorution up there in Ontario, my favorite bike shop across the border. I'll be going back crossing.
They
celebrated Canada.
They celebrated Thanksgiving earlier this month. Canadian Thanksgiving is at the beginning of November.
What's the Box Day? What's that? Is that
Boxing Day? That's the day after Christmas.
Boxing Day.
That's
is that right? Okay.
English tradition. Yep.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be where the servants and the masters of the manor trade places.
Yeah, and by the way, the American dollar is strong. So if you cross the border into Canada and you go to the currency center there, the duty free, and exchange your American money for Canadian, I think I turned in, because I was going shopping at Velorution, I had 230, and they gave me 290 Canadian.
Wow.
So something around that. But look, I want to support our country and, buy Michigan, buy American, of course. Sure. It's one of my good friends, Jan. I went to his bike shop. No harm in going over to Canada and, spreading the love.
They play hockey in Canada. Love Canada.
Yeah.
Love Canada.
Steve Yzerman, my favorite hockey player from Canada. Love Steve Yzerman. Maybe we can get Izzy on the show. Is that possible?
A lot of Canadians.
Craig, you're supposed to get Ted Nugent on the show. You're supposed to get Kid Rock. Big shout to Kid Rock, another Michigander.
But they're not Canadian.
It doesn't matter. They're Michigan guys. But you said, how about Steve Yzerman? I love Steve Yzerman.
If we can't get
I grew up in Detroit watching the Red Wings all those great years.
If we can't get Kid Rock and Ted Nugent, we can't get Steve Yzerman.
Okay, let's make a pledge to the listening audience to start with Ted Nugent, Uncle Ted.
Uncle Ted,
I'm telling you right now, my goal for the new year is to get Uncle Ted on the show. And I guarantee you I'm going to accomplish that. So Kevin and the guys take the over and under. Will Todd get Uncle Ted on the show?
If we get Uncle Ted on the show, we'll have to make 2 or 3 shows because Uncle Ted can go at it. He can talk.
I'm telling you right now, I used to appear on Uncle Ted's show in the 90s. I don't know if he'll remember me, but I'm going to get Uncle Ted on the show.
There we go. Hey, Todd, speaking of the show's over.
Come on, Big Bang Baby. What are you talking about?
Big Bang Baby. We got to go eat some turkey. Come on.
Should we end the show with Fred Bear or Big Bang Baby? It's up to you, Craig Russell. You are
Fred
Big
Bear.
Bang.
Oh, Fred Bear.
Okay. Without further ado, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope you're having a good season out there in your deer blinds, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. We're not here for a long time. Craig Russell, the muscle, the hustle, Mando. What are we here for?
We're here for a good time, Todd.
Okay.
Fred Bear, walk with me down the trails again. Take me back where I belong. Oh, Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I'll join you on the big hunt before too long. Oh, Fred Bear, walk with me down the trails again. Take me back where I belong. Oh, Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I'll join you in the big hunt before too long. In the wind, he's still alive. 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 In the wind, I hear Fred Bear. I hear you, Fred. Talk to me. It's all right. Yeah, let's go hunting, baby. Say, Fred, you go up that ridge. Now go down to the swamp. We'll get that buck.
If some of our teenage thrill seekers really want to go out and get a thrill, let them go up and...
The Todd L. Levitt Law Show, brought to you by Chad Mallywell Drilling of Rosebush, Clark Modular Homes of Mount Pleasant, Ace of Diamonds of Mount Pleasant, Clear Vision Windows, Siding, and Roofing, now booking in Central and Northern Michigan, Rusty Gold Antiques in Everett, and attorney Todd L. Levitt.
Opinions expressed on this radio program do not necessarily reflect the views of this radio station.